Hello children, in our lesson today we're going to be using all the skills that we've been practicing over the last couple of weeks to answer some two-step problems. And two-step problems simply means there are two things to do in a problem to solve it. And this is really important because this is what happens every time we go shopping. Usually when we go shopping we buy something. Now sometimes we buy one thing, but more often than not we buy more than one thing. So when we shop, we have to add up the things we're going to buy, and then we have to work out the change we're going to get from whatever money we give the shopkeeper. Now we did this last week, so we've had a little bit of practice, just moving on a step by doing it a little bit differently with two items instead of one this week. So, can you see here, children? I have got two things I want to buy. I've got an apple for 17 pence and some grapes for 29 pence. And I've got £1 that I'm going to use to buy them. So just going to move that out of the way. Because the first thing I've got to do is work out how much my apple and my grapes are going to cost all together. So I've got to do an addition. So let me just move them out of the way. So my grapes cost 29p. And my apple cost 17 pence. So I'm going to do a column addition, and I'm going to write cost here because that way I know exactly which part of the problem I'm solving. So I've got 9 ones add 7 ones. 9 ones add 7 ones is 16 ones. So I'm going to do this in the compact method, the standard written method. So 16 ones, there's my 6, and there's my 10 from my 16. I'll show it in the expanded method in a moment. And now I've got 2 10s and 1 10, that's 3 10s plus another 10 down here, that's 4 10s. So let's look at it in the expanded method, just in case you want to use that method. So I've got 29 add 17. 9 add 7 is 16, so I put my 16 here. 2 10s add 1 10 is 3 10s. Okay, let's add them together now just because it's easier to do it this way. 6 add 0 is 6, and 1 10 add 3 10s is 4 10s. I get 46 either way. Now I know how much I'm spending, how much my items cost. I need to work out how much change I'm going to get from my pound. There's my pound, and remember that £1 has 100 pennies in it. So I've now got to do a subtraction. So I'm going to write my change on here. So my number sentence is going to be £1, and I'm spending 46p. I should have put the p on there so we both know that it's p. So take away 46p. Okay, so I can do this in one of two ways. I'm going to do it with the shopkeeper method, the counting on method first, and then we'll look at the counting back. So remember, when we're counting on, I start with my smallest number, my 46, and I'm going to jump on till I get to £1 and count my jumps. So I'm going to see, what do I add to 46p to get to the next tens number, which is 50. Put the p to remind me that it's pennies, but it makes no difference. I know that 6 add 4 is 10. So 46 add 4 must be 50. So 46 add 4, because 6 add 4 is 10, that makes a 0. And then I want to get on to a pound, which is 100. I'm going to do this in one jump because I know that 50 add 50 is 100, but I could do it in lots of jumps of 10. So let me add up my jumps. I've got a 4p plus a 50p, and that equals 54p. So I'm going to get 54 pence change. Now we're going to look at it using the counting back method. So remember, children, we've just looked at the counting on method, the shopkeeper method. Now we're going to count back as we would do for a subtraction on a number line. So I'm going to start my number line at the very end with my £1. Remember, that's 100 pennies. So I'm going to put my 100 here. And I'm going to take away 46. So I'm going to jump back 6 ones. So 10 take away 6 is 4. So 100 take away 6 has got to have a 4 in it. So the 10 below is 90, so it's 94. And then I'm going to take away my 40. Now, I'll do this in jumps of 10 this time, just to show you. Okay, so I'm going to take away 10p. That gets me to 84p. And then take away another 10p. That gets me to 74p. Then I'm going to take away another 10p. That will get me to 64p. And then I'm going to take away another 10p. 64p take away 10 is 54p. So if I take 46p away from £1, I'm going to get to 54p. I didn't leave myself quite enough room there. Now, can you see when I was jumping, I made sure that my jumps touched my numbers. We talked about this last week. It's really important that you remember to do that. It doesn't matter which method you use, children, you will still get the same answer. I can't wait to see your work, children. This is quite a difficult concept, so don't worry if you find it a little bit harder. We will look at this again once we're back in school, but I know that you'll try your hardest. Can't wait to see what you do. Take care. Bye, Year 2.